And now it's time for the show no one watches, namely, The Last Wanderer of Mars Christmas Special! That's right. And I'm having a problem wondering why nobody ever watches this.
The best time of the year. All the elves are making toys filled with Christmas cheer. They know Santa's waiting, and all the children too, for every toy and Christmas joy.
And you never get to hear the end of it. Let's hear the elves sing again.
All right then, let's start these festivities off with a cartoon.
What'th our youth doingeth heareth? It's Thanksgiving. Too soon? Ho, ho, ho! Come back next week. Ho, ho, ho.
You know, that actually wasn't really funny.
I thought it was hilarious, particularly when you consider what, well, Thanksgiving was actually like.
Oh, and what was it really like?
Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. Some people need to help somebody whenever surrender's in sight. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. 'Cause I'm always there, I won't let you.
I was on my way home from work on
side.
Thanksgiving night when I saw this car cruise through a red light, crash into a lamppost, breaking it off at the base, then bouncing off and down a hill into a pond. So I rushed down the hill, forced the door open on the car, got the driver out, and up the hill. I kept her stable till the EMTs arrived.
Well, okay, it wasn't old turkeys and dressing, but at least saved somebody's life.
Well, that's true. So, moving things right along, I'll tell you what you really want to hear.
What's that? Oh! That's not what anybody wants to hear. So I'll tell you what, let's have another cartoon.
It is Christmas. Did you negotiate with Santa Claus? Did he come last darkness period? Yes, he came. What did he leave us? He left us a whole field full of rocks. What? He said we were naughty because we tried to destroy the earth last summer. So we didn't even raid lumps of coal, just rocks. No, that really burns my toast. Who does he think he did? Santa Claus, the spirit of Christmas throughout the solar system. Screw that. If he wants naughty, I'll show him naughty. If we can't have Christmas, neither can the Earthlings. We have taken them by surprise. The Earthlings do not suspect a thing. Good. Payback is a bitch. Hello, Earthlings. Happy freaking holidays from Mars. Give us your presents or we will blow you up. Hey Dad, Earth trash. If we cannot have Christmas, you cannot have it either. Wait. What is that up in the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Ho, ho, ho.
Up on the housetop,
Who are you calling home?
out comes good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who would've
You Martians have been very, very naughty.
up on the
Oh, blow me, fat boy.
Perhaps I need to show you the light of the Christmas spirit.
You have put on me, Earth Scout.
It Ray, Tubby. Ho, ho, ho.
He has a shield. Where did he get that from?
Very naughty. Are you boys dreaming of a white Christmas?
He hasn't kissed us in eyes. No, what do we do?
As the song says, may your days be merry and bright. Let that be a lesson to you all. Be nice. Santa Claus is watching you. Hooray!
down through the chimney with good Saint.
Well, that was a great idea you had. Oh, shut up. How was I supposed to know he could do that?
Do you think he will ever let us go?
How should I know? Just keep making tinsel. Gosh, do I hate Santa Claus.
That train still sucks. All right, Elf, you know why that last cartoon was significant?
Aside from being funny as hell, no, why?
Well, it was a last homage to The Last Wonder of Mars, since all next production will be under Davy Knowles Presents.
Why?
Because nobody watches The Last Wonder of Mars.
Oh,
So we make all these videos and we spend all this time and nobody watches them.
oh,
That's a fine how do you do.
It's Christmas time, the best time of the year. All the elves are making toys filled with
no we're not.
cheer. They know Santa's waiting, and
No, we don't.
all the children too.
Yeah, screw the children.
Christmas joy.
I was happier when the guy hit you with a turkey. Oh!
Well, oh yes, you know the lesson to be learned here about The Last Wonder of Mars that nobody watches is the wording itself. Nobody understood what it meant, and so nobody watched it. it didn't fall into anyone's algorithms, and so it didn't get put on anybody's platforms. The lesson to be learned? Use the proper words.
Oh, is this the introduction for another cartoon?
Wow, you're very clever.
How about a fable?
Once upon a time, or maybe twice, there was a prince who had gotten smart with the wrong witch once too often and found himself a frog. One day, while hopping through the forest, he chanced upon a grassy knoll with a strange coin machine mounted on its top. Any wish granted, 25 cents, it read. Neato, thought the frog. If I had but a quarter, I could be a prince again. And so he looked everywhere until he found a quarter which someone had dropped in a shallow pool. Eagerly hopping back to the knoll, he thought, once I place this quarter in the machine, I'll be a prince once more. Jamming the coin in the slot, the frog eagerly stated his wish. Unfortunately, the only word he could say was croak. So he did.
Yeah, well, okay, well, actually, Santa, I have a question.
Oh, what's that, Elf?
Well, does croak actually still mean die? I mean, if you croaked, you died?
Well, I certainly hope so, otherwise that cartoon had no meaning at all, did it?
No, it didn't. So, Santa, listen, instead of playing more retreads from The Last Wanderer of Mars that nobody watched in the first place, how about if I play a totally stolen video, my favorite video that I totally stole off the internet and don't own the rights to?
Well, that would be okay, Elf, but, would we sort of face copyright issues, so we couldn't monetize the video?
Who the hell cares, Santa? How much money could we make from the 3 people that watched this shit anyway?
Good point.
All right, roll them in the booth.
Hi, it's the holiday season, and that means you're probably seeing lots of recipe videos on Facebook. Like, there are thousands. Like, there's so many, it's stupid. But don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel guilty that you've saved, 50 plus links, and you're never ever gonna look at them. And don't even get me started on your Pinterest boards. Oh, you created a fall baking board? How original. And that's all great, but honestly, here's the only recipe you'll need this holiday season, the Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Passover, all of them. First, you need flour, then sugar, old-fashioned oats, pumpkin, nutmeg, imitation vanilla flavor, baking powder, and pumpkin pie spice. Then get rid of all that crap. You don't need it. Destroy it. Now grab the vodka and pour it into a glass. Mix it with any liquid you have in the fridge. Who even cares? Snapple. Whatever. Drink up. You'll feel better about your family and your seasonal depression.
Okay, well, I have a really swell, Christmas holiday poem for you.
Oh, you've got a poem you want to read, you say?
Yes, that's right. And it's cheery and seasonal and topical too.
Topical, you say? All right, well, that's probably better than worrying about whether croak means dying. Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, want to hear my poem?
Oh, yes. The spotlight is on you, Elf.
All right, here's the poem. When Brad came home from the liquor store, his wife dialed 911. She said he'd caught COVID-19 and was infecting everyone. But Brad, mortified, said, "Hang up the phone. You've really made a boner." "I didn't say that I was sick. I said I had a case of corona.
That's your topical poem.
Oh yeah, it's really topical. You know, this is 2021, after all. Look.
As the crisis over the coronavirus goes on and new variants keep getting added on to this incredible disease that doesn't want to go away, they tell me now that I need to take a third shot of Pfizer. So, they want me to take a shot? I'm ready and prepared. Here we go. Yay. And for those moments when those relatives you haven't seen for years and for very good reasons just show up unannounced, give them a big old glass of the cheap shit. That's right, it's inexpensive, but it's good enough.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Listen, I got a question, Santa.
What's that, Elf?
Well, so far we've just played old cartoons and some cool stuff that we stole from the internet, but don't we have anything original for this special?
Well, yes, we were saving it for the last. We have a totally original song.
Yay! What is it?
It's called Joy Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh, boy.
Joy around the Christmas tree. Joy around the Christmas tree. Joy around the Christmas tree. We visited Grandpa Christmas Day to give his spirits a lift. We hung around his plot of ground. Each one of us brought a gift, but he didn't open a single one, and this was not absurd, since he was 6 feet underground and couldn't say a word. Joy around the Christmas tree, caroling at dawn. You'd best enjoy the Christmas tree, there's none in Forest Lawn. That's a cemetery. Joy around the Christmas tree. Joy around the Christmas tree. Uncle showed up Christmas Day to join the family do. He hit us all up for a loan, just to see him through. Then he choked on a candy cane and started turning blue. And when the EMPs arrived, well, Uncle Jim was through. Joy around the Christmas tree, skating in a rink. You'd best enjoy that Christmas tree, it's later than you think. Joy around the Christmas tree. Joy around the Christmas tree. Christmas is a joyous time when relatives arrive, but you can only enjoy them if you stay alive. Joy around the Christmas tree. Joy around the Christmas tree. Ed put on the Christmas lights while watching football games. He only did it for his wife. He thought the whole thing lame. So when he turned the whole thing on, he didn't check the wires. And when the cat knocked down the tree, it set the house on fire. Joy around the Christmas tree, it won't do any harm to go and change the battery on the smoke alarm. Susie left the office party higher than a kite. At first she couldn't find her car, let alone drive. But once she got behind the wheel, she knew that it was cool. And then she drove right through a fence into the neighbor's pool. Joy around the Christmas tree. Blub, 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 blub. Joy, joy, joy.
Joy around the Christmas tree, huh? Oh, God, no wonder I need a drink. What sick son of a bitch wrote that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, this has been our Christmas show, and goodbye to the last wanderer Mars. So, consider it our Christmas gift to you, and that's all you're gonna get.
It's Christmas time, the best time of the year. All the elves are making Christmas cheer. They know Santa's waiting, and all the children too, for every toy and Christmas joy.
I said, don't step on my green elf shoes. Oh, don't step on my green elf shoes. You're gonna make Santa get the blues. If you step on my green elf shoes, you can have